back.
Hey! Hello!
Hi!
Hi! Wow! It's been a minute!
Yeah, we're back.
Guess who's back? Back again.
You know, we probably should have just recorded last week. You were like, do you want to do this? And I was like, I said, nah, unless you really want to. And I was like, Leo just asked me if we wanted a podcast tonight.
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't feeling it last week either. It was good. It was good to take time off.
To be honest with you, I was feeling it more than this week, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just was like, I was super pumped after Raw and SmackDown and was just excited.
Yeah. Well,
not that I'm still not excited, but
yeah, the landscape of WWE before SummerSlam and TakeOver is now completely different.
Yeah, which was good. Everybody was worried about a lot of the finishes being no finality, but it seems like a lot of the storylines have shifted or evolved.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I saw Peck and Rudd and Nylox pop in. What's up, fellas?
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Smart Spot Podcast. Let me get things set up here. So,
Yes.
man.
We're chugging champagne and beers tonight.
And we're also going to relive a little bit before we get into Raw and SmackDown about our Brooklyn takeover.
Yes.
To go see Brooklyn takeover in Brooklyn.
Naptown's finest smart spot, taking over Brooklyn.
That's right.
For like 36 hours.
Too bad we didn't bring any business cards with us. That would be perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages,
Podcast World Tour
proudly brings to you Tag Team Champion of the World,
Leo Mainville, Joshua Brown.
What an ovation, the fans on their feet.
Smart Spot Podcast.
Now, if you're not down with that, we got two words for you.
Too sweet.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
I said, give me that little down.
It's Rusev Day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Smart Spot Podcast. I am your host, Leo Mainville, along with my beautiful bottled beer head ghost of them all, Joshua Brown.
Man, it's good to see you again.
Yeah,
it's been like 2 weeks, man.
Yeah.
Too sweet.
2 weeks, too sweet.
I was looking forward to seeing your beautiful mug today.
Yeah,
So
for sure, man.
the beards are looking.
Looking fresh.
I'm back to.
Yeah, your length is getting there. It's back to
After I got
normal.
that trim, I was pissed, but now it's back.
I don't think I'll ever go back to that barbershop. Ever.
No, I'm gonna
No.
go see my girl Candace and have her just trim it up when it needs to be. And
I'm gonna go with you. I need to get mine trimmed
yeah,
up a little
I'll
bit.
bring you with me. DX, no, I picked them up online. They had a buy one get one special just before, so we instead of spending like $30 on a shirt, we spent half that. So picked it up.
Can't
And
stop touching it. Feels good. Oh yeah.
it's nice.
So does yours. Oh, it's so velveteen.
So velvety. This is so velvety.
All right, let's do this positive pint chug real quick.
All right, man. So 5 pillars of Smart Spot. WWBBP. Wrestling is the first W because we're a wrestling podcast. We try to keep it weird here, so that's the second W. B is for beards because we both have beards, and B is for beer. P is for positivity, a la Positive Pint.
Oh yeah.
We keep it positive around here because it's not very positive in the world most of the time, especially in the wrestling community. So bring a little positivity, flashlight, spotlight to the world and try to keep it rolling. So I'm going to wait until Leo gets tired of holding his beer like this and starts shaking. And just keep talking until then, whatever, you know.
Oh, well.
But on that note, we're going to do a positive pint chug. Hey, if you're drinking along with us, join us.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, delicious.
Good old Miller High Life.
Miller.
Speaking of which, we need to get our get these out.
All right.
So welcome back, everybody. We're glad to see you. Glad to be chatting.
Oh yeah.
New backdrop. No, same backdrop.
Yeah, same thing.
We are different. I didn't bring my tripod, so we're at a different angle tonight. But
Yeah.
we were looking up like this last time. So
Yeah, we got to figure out how to get it on.
yeah, we can. I think we can. Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Jeez. I ate pizza before the podcast.
Sweet. I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for dinner tonight.
Oh, fancy.
And some Funyuns.
I went all out domesticated grocery shopping today. It was pretty awesome.
I need to do that. I've just been broke.
Yeah.
Haven't had any time.
I'm broke now.
Yeah, I go to the grocery store. It's a investment.
Always. But I got food for days. And I'm ready to drink more beer and talk more wrestling with your beautiful face.
So, pretty awesome little trip we took.
Yep.
Back and forth to Brooklyn. We
Awesome.
left on Friday.
And we also got to meet Fred and Craig.
Yes.
It was awesome. Those dudes are hilarious.
They are. They're and very cool guys. Very hospitable. Thank you, Fred, for having us and dealing with our bearded dumbasses. Craig, it was super cool to meet you.
Yeah, dude.
Craig's kind of a nice guy.
Yeah, don't tell people. You're not supposed to tell people
Sorry,
that.
shit. I didn't realize.
He's an asshole. He's an asshole.
That guy's a fucking dick.
You will hate him. And he hates you too.
But no, it was great. I got to put up the rest of the pictures. I think my favorite one was the one of me and you looking back at the Kairi Sane cosplayer, Fred's girlfriend, a.k.a. the Pirate Lady.
That was awesome.
That's my favorite picture of the whole weekend.
That was probably like the ride home on the train from Barclays Center was probably the most adventurous part of our trip.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of crazy, but awesome.
This creepy guy,
yeah.
This creepy guy that follows Fred and Craig every time they go to take over. He was there following us on the train.
His fucking name is Josh.
That's
Hell
right.
is that? He's got the wrong damn name.
He does.
For being a total creep. I mean, I guess I could be a creep if I wanted to be. But
I don't know if I told you when we were there, but remember when we were in the first train and everyone was like trying to shove into the train before it left?
Yes.
And I got a little separated from you guys from the door. Well, behind me, like what was separating us was this like plastic screen for a poster, right? So I'm just like looking off, staring at everybody because there's like 90 people just standing around us, and Josh and Fred and Craig are having their fancy old good time because they're still standing by each other, even though someone like came in right in between them.
We're just talking through them.
Yeah, you were just, hey, yeah, that show was great, huh?
I didn't give a fuck at that point.
No. But while you guys were having a good dandy old time, I'm sitting here like scooted back, and I'm looking in this plastic like poster screen to see who's behind me, and I see this dude like pure drunk, just and then he had a to-go box, like a styrofoam to-go box, and he was just going
Oh, gross.
just around like 90 people, and I'm just like why?
Yeah, thankfully that plastic divider, I didn't smell anything because
dude,
it was puke.
It was terrible, man.
I probably would have puked too. I can't do puke.
I kept looking out the window going, are we fucking there yet? Are we fucking there yet?
And we had to sit in that station for like 25 minutes. And people just kept piling in. It was like you see like the videos of like in Japan when they get on the
when they're like shoving people.
That's what it was feeling like at some point. We were so tight. It's like I'm getting really comfortable with really personal space and with some people I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an experience. I really enjoyed it.
It was awesome.
I have to say I had my preconceived notions about Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. A lot of them were correct.
Yeah.
But a lot of them were not correct. I thought it was a very hospitable place for being so
people
busy.
were fucking cool in Brooklyn.
People were very cool for the most part. We went to Other Half Brewery.
Yeah.
If you're ever in New York City, namely Brooklyn, go check that place out. That
was cool.
Really cool. I've told like 15 people since I got back. I was like, I joke around that like craft beer is like a middle-aged white guy thing.
Yeah.
But you go into Other Half in Brooklyn, and it was like people of all ages, people of all races, females, males,
young,
a couple trans people.
Yep.
I mean, it was like such a melting pot, all drinking deliciously wonderful beer.
Yeah.
And I think we might have turned Fred.
I think we did. I think he's a fan of craft beer.
I was like, we're going to this place, and he started drinking, and he was like, this is kind of good.
Well, he started off with was it the Belgian or the Gosa?
No, it was
the fruitier beer.
Yeah, it was the fruited sour. Can't remember the style right this second, but yeah.
And then he started going on the IPAs.
Then he switched over to because they do the New England style IPAs, which are like the
hazy,
look like juice. They're they're so delicious,
so good.
But it was awesome, and I was thoroughly impressed. And the people were cool. It stunk, as I expected.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I could never live in something so populated, but I get it. I get the appeal.
Right.
It's like the polar opposite of what I guess Manhattan's probably like.
Yeah, for sure.
And so it was awesome. People were cool at the Barclays Center.
Yeah.
Most everybody around us were just, having a good old time. Men wrestling fans, when you get them in a group, what?
No, keep going. Sorry.
What were you laughing about?
No, keep going. I'll finish.
I was just going to say, generally speaking, I mean, other than, the occasional douchebag that, wants their opinion heard, wrestling fans are pretty all right.
Like the people that were sitting around us.
During the Ricochet Adam Cole match.
I think that's one thing, like, besides the last pay-per-view Backlash that we went to a couple years back, and this one, when we went to Raw, we weren't sitting together.
No, we were opposite. Yeah.
And I think one thing that me and you do is while we're watching, we also listen to all of the people around us, and we're like, you dumbass, you fucking idiot, quit getting up. Who the fuck are you in your Bullet Club t-shirt at a fucking NXT
so
takeover?
So many fucking Bullet Club t-shirts. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, there were as many Bullet Club t-shirts as there were, like, one wrestler. So, obviously, there's a lot of Undisputed Era. There's a lot of Velveteen, a lot of Johnny Gargano. Adam Cole. This is a song of the weekend. Undisputed Era.
Every time we're walking around, just what up?
But there was so many Bullet Club t-shirts. I don't get it. Is it like the cool thing to do to wear another wrestling promotion shirt to?
No, I think just like people know that WWE is it's the mountaintop of wrestling promotions.
Yeah, it's also like the less edgy.
Well, I feel like back in the day, it would have been like wearing a WCW t-shirt at a WWF.
Yeah, I'd probably pick a fight with you back then, though.
Right? Or vice versa. Like, even on WCW shows, I saw a ton of, like, Stone Cold shirts and this and that,
I just never understood that. It's like, you're spending your hard-earned money to go to this show, and yet you don't even support them with your merch or, like, support your favorite wrestler. I don't know. I take it to... I look at it like this because I come from, like, being a real big sports fan for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I hate fucking people that go to, say, like, Colts and the Bengals play tonight. The asshole that shows up in the Bears jersey or the Dolphins or the Patriots jersey.
Or the Packers jersey.
Yeah, wear a GNR shirt to a Metallica show. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Go get a shirt at the thing. Leave your All In's next month. It's this weekend.
Yeah.
Wear your All In shit. Wear that to All In. Or wait until they're coming to Madison Square Garden and sold out.
We should go... say fuck life this weekend. We should go to All In and wearing our WWE shirts and go fuck you.
We should be those guys that go to a Ring of Honor show and wear nothing but WWE merch.
We'll cosplay as wrestlers. Like one of us could be like John Cena, and someone else could be like.
We should definitely go as the Bludgeon Brothers.
We should.
Did you hear the guys we were at that bar?
Yeah.
And walked by, so there goes the Bludgeon Brothers. It's Harper and Rowan. He's like, that's right, motherfucker.
Especially if we can find the masks.
Yeah.
I would be totally down to wear those.
Yeah. You'd have to wear a wig, though.
I'm down for it.
Or wear like a wig with the man bun.
The man bun. But Luke Harper has a cool man bun. Yeah. It's like a samurai.
I mean, I wouldn't tell him if it wasn't cool. I'm just saying.
No, I wouldn't. Scary man. Scary strong man.
How drunk were who?
Were us? Everybody?
we were pretty good. I mean, we drank before the show.
Yeah. When we got to McMahon's, everyone was hammered, I feel like, in the bar side.
Where my ass cream at?
It's in the bathroom.
Yeah, it's in the beard, dude.
It's in the beard in the bathroom. Yeah. Use it all over.
Yeah. We'll do a tutorial after the pod's over.
Awesome.
But no, it was an excellent time. It was great meeting some people. We met Antisocial Kim.
Yep.
that was pretty cool. One of our 2 people that we've interviewed on our show. So that was pretty cool to meet her and Stina Cat, who's her homegirl.
And then Rant with Ant.
Rant with Ant, we met them.
A lot of other podcasts were there. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was cool. It felt like a community when you went there to McMahon's.
Yeah, when we went to McMahon's, it was definitely like rowdy wrestling fans.
Oh, it was awesome.
It was good. My favorite part of it was the No Way Jose conga line.
That was great.
Because McMahon started playing WWE music about an hour before the show. So that was pretty fun.
That was fun. That's a cool stop.
Yeah, and it's like McMahon's, and it's right across the street from the Barclays Center.
Yeah, it's perfect.
There's a picture of me, Leo, and Fred in the Barclays Center in the background. That's literally in the street right next to McMahon's. So they blocked off all those streets, which was cool too.
Yeah, that was cool.
But yeah.
All right, so how about we start getting into a little bit of
landscape,
a little bit of dirty stuff.
Dirty.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are we going to do? Wait. Before you get down dirty,
yes.
Are we going to talk about Raw for the last 2 weeks and then switch to SmackDown, or
we're going to go? We'll
go through.
We'll talk about like the storylines and stuff. Cool. Are you ready to get down dirty and raw?
And we just hold on, yeah. So if you're running, stop running. One life, one chance, start living. Sing it louder just to let the world know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless. We were born for greatness.
All right, so we'll talk about this past week's Raw and the build up to each of the stories as it pops up.
Okay.
So. Opening of the show this week on Raw had Roman Reigns coming out as
for 2 weeks in a row, really.
2 weeks in a row, yeah, as your new Universal Heavyweight Champion. I like having that strap every week. I don't care who it's on.
Toronto was a very pro Roman Reigns place.
They loved him.
Yeah, he's gotten a lot more love, I think, since he's gotten the title back. I felt like even the Monday after Raw, he got his boos because it's the Barclays Center and all the douchey fans, but.
The cheers are getting a lot louder now.
Yeah. I mean, he's the superhero character, right? So, and I like the way they're playing this right now, right? And we'll talk about, obviously, some things happened on the Raw after SummerSlam that kind of changed the landscape and definitely boosted him up. But, yeah, it's been interesting. I'm excited. And we now have a title defense.
Yes.
In 3 weeks.
Yes. That we know about already.
It's going to be Hell in a Cell.
See, ever since we've been doing this podcast, like when we first started, Braun and Roman were really like clashing in their first like rivalry. Mm-hmm. Now we're getting to see it for a belt, the Universal title, with the Money in the Bank getting cashed in inside Hell in a Cell.
I'm excited for Hell in a Cell. There's a lot of things going into Hell in a Cell that look super exciting.
Yes.
So we got a tease on SummerSlam of Braun cashing in.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Yeah.
And then we got a tease on Monday of Braun cashing in after he said he would. Mm-hmm. And right as he's going in to turn in his thing, we hear the Sierra Hotel
India
Echo
Lima Delta
Shield. And here comes
the big dogs crew.
And here comes Ambrose and Rollins in their Shield gear.
Yeah, the flak jackets,
which led to triple power bomb.
So angry.
To Braun.
They did it to me again.
Yes, it was awesome. It was such great television.
Yeah, no, it works because. I mean, who's going to take out Braun Strowman?
Not one person.
Three of the
except
top
for
dogs.
Roman,
yeah.
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, and this just kind of builds on this. So there's like there's a little animosity between Braun and Roman, obviously, but there's also quite a bit of respect.
Yes.
So it's kind of that, like, neither one's a heel, so they got to both play it on the fence because they're the two baby faces. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. I don't know if that's going to work in the long run. Because when they first did it, it was Braun is a heel and Roman is the babyface. But then that was his Broman.
Nice.
Braun Strowman was kind of his ascendancy into popularity.
Yeah.
So it's much different now. And they played off that this week. Mm-hmm. So he basically comes out and he gets to talk for a few seconds before Braun comes out.
Yeah.
Basically say, hey. And Roman's like, well, let's just do this tonight. And Braun's like, no, we're not doing this. Which was, I thought, a little bit out of the ordinary.
It was. But
you got to lead to the big match at the big show, which totally works. He says, hey, I'm cashing it in. Hell in a Cell.
It's the main event.
Yes, absolutely.
That'll be the main event.
Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
Right?
Who else could be main event?
Nobody.
Yeah.
It's never the WWE title, so.
No, and this is a much bigger story than.
Agreed, absolutely.
I think.
So with them building the match for Hell in a Cell, Drew and Dolph end up coming out to say, hey guys, we don't really have anything going on, so we would just want to take you guys on tonight in the main event. Huh? Who? So then we find out, I almost said it. Oh, he would have smacked me in the face. Acting general manager, Baron Corbin.
That's right, because last week, Kurt, I just got his Funko Pop. I meant to bring it with me.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I got the in the Olympic.
Oh, nice.
So I'll bring it for next week.
Sweet. But Stephanie tells him,
hey, go take a break.
Vacation.
And left Baron Corbin in charge.
Yes, I like that a lot.
So here comes out acting general manager Baron Corbin.
He's like, I'm going to do what Kurt Angle can't do and make awesome matches, so I'm making this match.
Yeah, he basically said, all right, locked in for Hell in a Cell. He's like, but we're going to do a match tonight. Mm-hmm. Tag team match, Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns versus Dolph and Drew.
Yep. Let's fast forward. Let's talk about that. I want to stay on the path of the story. Was the main event. All guys come out and Roman's getting his ass handed to him by Drew and Dolph the entire time.
He was working the whole match.
He was. So we're hoping to see the big hot tag from Braun Strowman. Roman's going up to him and is trying to go for the tag, gets tagged, and Braun just stands on the outside like, no, I'm not finished with you.
He lets Drew and Dolph soften him up.
Yep.
And then proceeds to beat the shit out of Roman Reigns.
Yep. And raises the hands of Drew and Dolph.
Yep.
Huh. So next week I'm seeing that we're probably going to get Shield versus Team Braun, Drew, and Dolph.
Yeah, Braun's got his own Shield now.
Yeah. An awesome Shield.
Yeah. So, I mean, as I said that, two baby faces, Braun Strowman's definitely playing the heel in this match, and that's fine.
He is, but it's not totally super heel. It's not super heel, because he's still getting cheered.
Well, he aligned himself with two heels, so he's definitely playing the heel.
Yes.
He's a popular heel.
Yes.
Kevin Owens gets cheered, but he's always a heel.
Right. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, no. I like this. This kind of builds depth into this feud. I like how they went right into Braun and Roman. Because I felt like that got put on pause when the Brock thing started.
Oh, yeah.
So
totally.
I'm definitely happy with this. I'm happy with the way things are going. It is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I just hope, the only thing I'll say about this before we go any further is, like, I hope Hell in a Cell isn't too many Hell in a Cell matches.
Yeah. Like, they did that one year where they had, like, four or five.
Yeah, we're going to get fatigued getting to Roman and Braun.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be spread out. And I feel like maybe AJ and Joe will probably be a Hell in a Cell match.
I don't think it will be.
You don't think so?
I don't think it will be. Because we have one on each show already booked.
Could they have an extreme match or a no DQ match or something?
Probably. They'll probably have a stipulation on it.
Yeah, because I want to see them beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah,
for like
no DQ would be
30 minutes.
great.
Yep.
False count anywhere or something.
Yep, that'd be good.
It'd be awesome.
And then there's going to be a women's Hell in a Cell match for sure, right?
Did they say that? Yeah.
Becky and Charlotte?
Yeah.
I can imagine that's
3. 3's enough. I think 3's plenty. 4.
What's the third one?
Jeff Hardy RKO.
Are they at a Hell to Cell?
Uh-huh.
You don't think Bludgeon's in New Day?
Now, Bludgeons will be out for a while.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Eric Rowan has an injury.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's why they dropped the titles. I don't think they were originally planning to drop the titles, and they had to rework the whole thing.
Oh, could we get a repeat of Usos New Day?
We could. It's a possibility. But we'll get into that in SmackDown.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're thinking 3?
Yeah, 3. 3 would be enough.
3 is more than enough.
In a 4-hour show, you can
Yeah.
have it at the top of every hour.
Yeah, you'd bring out, maybe do Jeff Hardy RKO to start.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right.
Cool.
Shall we move on?
Let's do it. What do we have?
Baron Corbin announced a second match.
Yeah, he did.
It was Baron Corbin versus Finn Balor, the man, not the demon.
The man.
The man.
The man.
In a match, and it's starting right now. He called out Finn, basically was going to call him a coward, and then he shows up, of course, because it's Finn Balor.
Yeah.
They have a match. It's a pretty good match.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Gets to the end, and Baron Corbin decides to bring a chair in. Mm-hmm. Gets DQ'd. Rolls out of the ring. Grabs the mic and says, "Oh, I forgot to say, there's a stipulation in this match. No DQ match." Walks back in, basically into days him and wins.
Yep. It's just showing the power of his acting GM role.
So we have the new authority, basically.
Oh, yeah. And it's in one of the superstars. That's what I really like about it. It's
Yeah,
in Baron
we'll see.
Corbin.
I mean, I don't know how long this goes for, but I hope this leads to maybe like a Baron Corbin Kurt Angle match.
Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of cool. Because I'll tell you, I don't know where Finn goes from here. I mean, I think this probably leads to him bringing the demon back out again, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't imagine it being so soon. SummerSlam,
yeah.
then Hell in a Cell back to back.
No, I don't think we'll see it again.
Yeah. But I don't know what they do with Finn right now.
I thought he'd be in the IC title picture, but it looks like we've got a little bit of a deal going on, which we'll get to in a few minutes. But.
Yeah, for sure.
Last week we got Triple H in the ring announcing his comeback to wrestling, basically. We'll get to that one. Hold tight. We'll get to that pretty soon. Basically, had a really nice promo, I thought. He's always a little long-winded, but it was good. Basically coming back one more time to take on The Undertaker, where he's always sucked. So maybe this is truly the end of The Undertaker. I think it's time.
It'd be a good send-off for him if he actually does his last match.
Get a sledgehammer to the face from the game.
I could see that.
The cerebral assassin.
I liked how he just kept bringing up that part of the era, or that era of wrestling.
Yeah, definitely brought out the nostalgia.
Yeah, it was awesome. It gave me cold chills watching that.
And it's going to take place in Melbourne. Mm-hmm. So hopefully our buddies at the broadcast are going to see it live.
That'd be awesome.
Alan and Tom, I don't know if they're on here right now, but AJ Taker, that would be a good match.
That would be a good match.
Yeah, because AJ can get a great match out of anybody. But
yeah,
I like the whole nostalgia thing. We haven't had one of those in a long time, so I'll take it.
Yeah, for sure.
Next, Dana Brooke.
Yeah, so
is Dana Brooke and Apollo Crews going to have a little...
So that's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, they're very flirtatious with each other.
Well, they've been secretive around Titus O'Neil. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking that we're going to see a breakup of Titus Worldwide. But
with Dana managing Apollo?
Yeah.
Do you think they turn heel? I really hope they turn heel.
That'd be great.
Mean Apollo Crews?
Where he wouldn't have to talk, period.
Yeah. Because I actually like when Dana Brooke is doing the talking as like the manager for them rather than Titus O'Neil. I feel like it's much more successful. I feel like that's a better spot for Dana Brooke. But we got Dana Brooke in the ring this match. She's taking on
Sasha Banks.
Half of the
Boston Hug Connection.
The worst name ever.
Awful. It's so bad.
But it's like you knew what was going to happen. You know.
Here's the cool thing about this match. Is the entire match Dana did all of the work.
Yeah. It was good to see her in the ring. She's not the best mechanic, but
she's fun to watch.
Yeah, no. She's got some pretty sweet moves.
Yeah.
And I hate her ring attire. I feel like it makes her look
I thought it looked a lot better than it did in the past.
Those pants, they make her look like she's got a muffin top. She's like she's incredible shape. Like,
yeah.
It's kind of like the thing with Natalia. It's like It's not very flattering.
No.
But I get it. And they pick their stuff, I think, more than anybody else. So
Yeah. But yeah, enjoyed the match. Didn't do anything for Sasha Banks or Bayley at all.
no, they were just kind of there, and that's fine. I
But
think
it was cool to give it to Titus Worldwide and Dana. That's what it was for.
Yep.
So I could see them breaking up, doing their own thing, and seeing what happens because they can do literally anything with these guys.
Yep. Agreed. Next, we get to a backstage segment with Dean Ambrose and Jinder Mahal.
Yeah,
Can I just say something non-positive about this?
absolutely you can.
I hate this guru character he's playing right now.
I
The
do.
Shanti shit.
I do too.
God, I can't stand it. It is so far off from what was successful about him 3 or 4 months ago.
Here's what I think happened.
Pre-WrestleMania, I guess.
Because when Jinder Mahal became WWE champion, everyone was like, what? This was totally out of left field. This jobber just became like the champion of the company, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking that he had a little meeting with Vincent Kennedy McMahon. And Vince goes, hey, Jinder, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make you mean. You're going to need to work out like crazy, get those aggressive nipples going. Props to WNA.
They're so aggressive.
Get those aggressive
Even
nipples
my
going.
wife calls them aggressive nipples.
Get those aggressive nipples going. Get in the ring, kick some ass, be that mean motherfucker that I want you to be. But when you're done, in a year, when you're done becoming champion, you have to be this Guru Shanti character.
It's terrible.
It's bad.
It's borderline racist. And my wife said that, and I was like, you know what? You're kind of right.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's like he's playing such a caricature of like an Indian guru. Like, it's so bad. And I'm not one to like bring up like identity, stuff, but
Sure.
it's terrible.
No, it's just awful. It's written awful. It's not done well.
I mean,
He's still great in the ring. He looked great in his match against.
Yeah, and he wrestles in a heel style.
Yeah.
But his character's like this positive guy.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Jinder Mahal.
They need to just get him mean again. But it's good. He's a good wrestler to in this instance, to go up against Dean Ambrose.
Right.
It was like Dean getting his mojo back, like building himself back up. It was a good match.
Dean looks great, by the way. Can we talk about Dean Ambrose for a little bit? Something positive?
Yes.
Dean looks amazing.
That's the best look we've seen of him. And it's not cheesy at all.
No, he is
Which
like
is what we were afraid of. We go back to like silly lunatic. Now we just have mean-ass Dean Ambrose. Man of very few words.
Yep.
Got that beard and the short hair. Rocking it.
Mean scowl.
And he's in great shape.
Yeah, he looks
wrestled
incredible.
with his shirt off.
Yeah, he never does that.
He only gets his shirt off when somebody rips it off of him. It's like wife beater.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it was a good match. It was entertaining.
It was.
And his fucking...
I love how he puts the dirty deeds on people.
It's so good right now.
He's starting to do it out of nowhere to a point. Like
Yes.
he can get it from any angle.
Yes, and it looks so smooth.
Yep.
And that goes to the people selling it too. Everybody who's taken it so far has done a really good job. But Jinder hit it perfect.
Yeah.
It was devastating.
It was devastating.
But yeah, no, it was great. And I thought this just builds Dean more up. I really want to see Dean turn on Seth, break the Shield up,
Yes.
and them fight for the IC title. But I think we're not there yet. But we're going to get there.
We're going to get it.
Yeah.
NoFX fan just asked, has Dean cut a promo yet? Not
really.
Not a full in-ring by himself promo at all. He kind of did a little bit during the Shanti backstage
Yeah, he kind of cut a
thing.
promo a little bit against Jinder, but it was like maybe like 20 seconds.
Yeah, and all he
Just
said
like
was,
a little bit.
I'm going to break your face, Jinder.
Yeah. Which you know what? I'm certain, and I know Dean Ambrose is capable of talking and does a good job, but I kind of like this route right now where it's just him being pissed off and angry and mad at the whole world, and he says very few things and just lets his ring work do the talking.
Yes, that's what it needs to be.
Yeah, and then we'll get a promo out of him every now and then, and that's fine. I think that's incredible. I am super stoked for Dean Ambrose being back.
Yes.
Rob can suck it and just deal with the consequences of how awesome Dean Ambrose is, and I might have to get me a return to the
Asylum shirt.
That thing's awesome.
It is pretty sweet.
Big fan.
Yep.
Not you, Rob Waters. Rob from WNA. Just
Yeah, I
joined.
just saw that.
Wasn't talking to you, sir. Just
No.
saw you joined in. Thanks.
Different Rob.
Yeah.
But we love Rob.
Yeah. Kind of jumped the ship a little bit, but wanted to just kind of tie in the whole Dean Jinder thing at once. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was great. Dean brings coming right back up, and Jinder did a good job putting him over.
Yeah, he did. So we just talked about 2/3 of the Shield. Let's talk about the last third of the Shield, Seth Rollins. So Seth comes out, has a promo, and says since Drew and Dolph are going to be taking on Roman and Braun in the main event, he doesn't have anything really going on. His dance card is free, is what he said, his dance card. So his dance card's free, so he's going to have an open challenge for the IC title, and anyone that wants to come out, come out. And where were we at in Raw?
Toronto, Canada?
Toronto, Canada. Now, who do you think would be the greatest Canadian heel in the business right now, if not of all time, to come out?
Bret the Hitman Hart? Owen Hart?
Oh.
Rest in peace, buddy.
Yeah, rest in peace.
No, it's KO.
Kevin Owens! What an asshole.
I love Kevin Owens. He's a national treasure. Jinder is Canadian, but he doesn't play one as a character, so he did get a pop. I don't know if you noticed watching Raw, he got a pop. So the Canadians claim him, but then they would fight. And they'd boo him. So, but no, Kevin Owens comes out, basically has this awesome promo where he talked in a long-about way, like, had Sami had not been hurt and gotten screwed over, he would be the champion because he would have won the Money in the Bank contract, and he would have cashed it in, and he'd be standing there as Universal Champion. He's like, so I got to get me a title.
Yeah.
And he's like, basically like, all right, well, let's do it. And so we got KO versus Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship.
Dude, they burned it down. No pun intended. They burnt it down. That match was fucking incredible. Was your heart racing as much as mine?
That's the best wrestling match I've seen.
Probably since NXT TakeOver.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And maybe better than that.
They were all over the place. It was great.
It was just, and it was so up and down, like so many false finishes, but it didn't feel like it was repetitive.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Owens tries to hit a fucking reverse moonsault to win the match. Like, you go. Fat guys everywhere should rejoice seeing Kevin Owens try to hit a moonsault. And that thing looked a thing of beauty. It was amazing. He had a stunner in that match. He even did the boot, the kick to the gut.
Yeah, he did.
Dropped him on a stunner. Like, the crowd lost their mind when he hit the stunner. What did I tell you? Like, I listened to an interview with him. He was on Stone Cold's podcast. Mm-hmm. Stone Cold gave him some shit. He's like, you didn't even call me to ask me. He's like, if you're gonna do it, you got to do it right. You got to kick him in the gut before you hit the stunner. Sure, because he did it to Cena. He did in one of their big matches. Yeah, and he dropped it, and I was just like, oh, I rewound it just to watch that stunner.
It was a great stunner.
But yeah, it was fantastic. They teased the finish for a while. Mm-hmm. Rollins tried to hit the stomp. It was incredible. It was the best of the both of them. And somebody had asked earlier, do you think Kevin Owens is getting screwed over in the WWE? I don't see how you think that.
No.
I think everybody looks at wins and losses and titles as being successcul.
Yeah, just like kind of in any other sport.
Yeah, but it's not. It's sports entertainment. Yeah. We know that the outcome is predetermined. Right. Do we see Kevin Owens every week? We didn't for a little bit, but now he seems to be back. Yeah. Are we getting the best Kevin Owens we've seen probably the entire time? I would say yes.
Absolutely.
I like this Kevin Owens as like the asshole heel nobody likes that can't seem to get any traction. Mm-hmm. So that when he finally does get his push, he can just rub it in everybody's face for like months and months.
And none of the losses will ever be talked about.
No. No. And he does the shit sandwich equation better than anybody.
He does.
Perfect example of that was he started to shout out to Canada, and he's like, oh, wait, where are we at? And then he switched to, he's like, oh, we're not in Montreal? And he started speaking French, and the Toronto fans just let him have it.
Oh, it was awesome.
It's like, oh, we're not claiming you now, you fucking French-Canadian shithead.
Yeah, right?
It was awesome.
It was.
And he won him over in the ring. Mm-hmm. It was great. And then, of course, Rollins retains, because I don't want to see the IC title drop on a Raw. Do you? No, I don't want to. No. But I do want to see them wrestle again.
Yes, absolutely. Now, the big thing about this whole thing, though, was we went to commercial break after the match was over. And when we come back to commercial break, Kevin Owens is sitting in the ring in a chair, his head kind of down with the microphone, and he's staring at everybody. Everyone's cheering for him. They're chanting Kevin Owens. He's looking around, and all he does is look straight into the camera, says, "I quit," and left. Mm-hmm. Brilliant, because everyone is now buzzing and talking about.
Oh, everybody's like, "Oh my God, is he leaving?" No, he's not fucking leaving. This is his story.
But WWE did a great job of making it look like it was legit.
I feel like we might get a little bit of a pseudo face turn from Kevin Owens.
We could.
Like he's just so tired of like everybody hating him.
I don't know. I think
just until he kind of gets on top, and then we'll see his true colors again.
I still think we're going to get badass Kevin Owens being shitty for losing these matches and getting shittier and shittier and doing something so diabolic that he couldn't come back from.
Yeah. Well, DX just asked. There's a rumor of Kevin Owens returning with Paul Heyman. Why would you not want Kevin Owens speaking though? That's the problem with Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
And I get Paul Heyman was with CM Punk, and CM Punk, one of the better talkers to ever work in this business. I'll give him that. Won't give him anything else. If you're going to All In, please give him some shit for me.
If he'll be there, right?
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's paying Colt Cabana's lawyer fees. Fucking douchebag. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, you did.
Damn, I'm dropping the ball today. But no, yeah. I mean...
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to put a really good talker with a really good talker.
Unless they're going to work some angle where, Paul is not the advocate, but he's just like the manager.
Yeah. I mean...
get both of them talking, but...
Kevin Owens does work really well in pairs. I mean, he did pretty good with him and Sammy were okay.
I just think the program they worked wasn't the greatest.
No.
But
him and Jericho was amazing for a year.
Yep.
So we'll just have to wait and see.
First one to ring the gavel and the other one wins. Colt Cabana versus CM Punk in a courtroom brawl.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Oh man.
What do we got next?
Well, you start talking about this because I got to use the little boys' room.
Yeah, do your thing. Next, it was B Team versus the Revival in a straight-up tag match. No Raw Tag Team Championship was on the line. The Revival flat out beat them. 1, 2, 3. There was a little bit of a weird kerfuffle in the middle of the match. I think there was a small package, possibly small roll-up on one or the other teams, and they were like teetering, and then it went to the Revival. So the Revival were like, "Hey, we can beat your ass anytime, any day of the week." They should be honestly the champions right now. I love the B Team. Don't get me wrong. I love the B Team. I think they're awesome, hilarious. But I'm ready for some badasses to hold those Raw Tag Team Championships because the Raw Tag Team division is so lacking in talent right now. Matt and Bray are done because Matt has a nasty injury. You have the B Team, who everyone loves the B Team. The B Team thing is cool. Their theme song's awful. It's terrible. But they're entertaining. And then you have the Revival, who are some of the best tag team technicians in the business right now, if not everywhere. And they're having to go up against a joke, which better represents their characters as these hard asses that are old school. So I'm okay with this rivalry. I want to see where it goes, and I'm sure the Revival are going to win the championships here pretty soon. Oh, hey.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good.
Jamestown.
Oh, sweet.
I'm back. Best wrestler out?
We were talking about the Revival.
The Revival are coming on strong.
Dude, they got to be champions soon.
It's going to happen.
I love the B Team, but that's what I was telling the people here on Periscope. But you can't keep doing this over and over again.
Yes. Agreed. I think it's almost the Revival's time.
Yeah. Next, we had Elias, who doesn't wrestle anymore. As it seems like.
They let him play his guitar for quite a while, though.
A long time.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Man, I love Elias.
Yeah, they're still in this like mode of letting him do his thing and not really have him wrestle too often.
No, but this is entertaining stuff.
Yes, no, it's definitely sports entertaining.
he got interrupted this week by another Canadian, Hall of Famer Canadian.
Trish Stratus.
That was nice.
I hate her new nose.
Yeah, but it was nice. It was nice seeing her on TV, like in the ring,
was.
cutting promos. She cut a nasty promo on Elias.
Yes.
It was pretty awesome.
That being said, Elias got some jabs on her too, which was surprising.
Yes.
It was pretty good. And then she slapped the absolute shit out of him.
That was awesome.
You could hear that one.
Yeah.
Way back in the back.
Oh, yeah.
In the cheap seats. Mm-hmm. Which led to Natalya coming out, or Ronda coming out.
With Natalya.
And then Natalya coming out.
Uh-huh.
And then the fucking Bellas coming out.
They didn't come out.
They were backstage.
They were backstage. Oh, we'll talk about
Right.
that.
Yeah. And
then we had Ronda and
that's
Natalya.
right. We got Ronda and Natalya, and then that led to Alexa, Alicia, and then Mickie James. And then we had a match, Alicia Fox versus Natalya.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was pretty cool when Alexa came out, because Alexa's got beef with Ronda and now Trish, because she's got the match with Trish at Evolution.
Hell yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool, and Alexa's incredible.
Yeah.
I love crazy-ass Alicia Fox so much.
I do too.
Her incredible hat.
Her captain's hat?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
That
awesome.
shit is awesome.
So glad she keeps rocking that.
Yeah, she just living the gimmick, man. I love it so much. So much more entertaining on the heel side than it is on the babyface side on the Raw Women's division.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't really care for... I mean, I like Ronda Rousey in the ring, but like her character, I don't really care for her.
Not a fan.
She's best friends with Natalya. That just ruins it for me.
I gotta use the boys room now.
Should I hold off?
No,
and
you finish that one.
No, because we got to talk about the backstage segment, because I definitely think you got to be there. So we're just going to take a quick commercial break while you go to the restroom, and we will go from there. So after this women's match where Natalya hit her with the sharpshooter,
Yes.
we go to the back and it's like, oh, everything's great. And who's there? Nikki and Brie Bella. Of course, because every time anything happens with the women's division, who's there?
The Bella twins.
And they had their own special announcement to shit on everybody's parade to say that they're back next week on Raw. Whip-de-freaking do is what I got to say.
Good. I'm glad we're on the same level.
I mean,
about this. I can't stand them. I cannot stand the Bella twins, dude.
I don't mind Brie so much with Daniel Bryan, but the two of them together are just so forced.
It's not just that it's well, yes, it's forced, but the thing that gets me about it is I seriously can't listen to someone talk with
like
an upper
this? I mean,
inflection in their voice. Really?
Brie, can you even believe we're standing here with Trish Stratus in Toronto?
It's like crazy that we're getting our own pay-per-view with Women's Evolution.
It's the Bella's Evolution.
The Bella-lution, and is it like this is the reason they are the reason why they decided to change the Divas division into the women's division. It's because of shit like this.
Yep.
I don't want to talk about. And
Let's take a selfie.
Hold
on. Let's take a selfie. Hold on, get in here. And then Talia's like, Ronnie, get back in here.
Like, fuck off. I'm sorry. I get it. I get why they do that, but and they're themselves. Whatever. It's awful.
It's very try hard.
Yeah. I know we are the podcast of positivity, okay, but I can't.
Yes, it was bad.
It was just terrible.
Bad.
It's terrible.
I'm hoping that they're not too rusty in the ring. Is all I'm going to say.
They weren't good. They weren't good to begin with.
Nikki had her moments before she got hurt. I thought she was wrestling pretty well.
Boring.
With the rack attack.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
And her booty shorts.
Well, that's also why she hurt her neck so much, is because of her finish.
Well, she doesn't do she does like a modified F5 thing now, right?
Mm-hmm. And Brie, I love Brie, but her theme song makes me want to put Makes me want to like jam squirrels into my eyeballs and put nuts into my brain so they'd have to dig through my skull to get into my fucking head.
Do I think fans will shit on him next week during the match?
Absolutely.
Yep.
And I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. No, I mean, they might get a pop, but I think if their wrestling is subpar.
I wonder who they're going to face. Probably jobbers. Local talent.
Maybe Mickey and Alicia.
I could see that. But so is Brie on both Raw and SmackDown?
Somebody just said that. Yeah.
I would assume so.
I mean, why not have?
Yeah.
I mean, at least she's. I don't know. Yep.
Riot Squad.
Riot Squad.
They're facing the Riot Squad. That's right.
Oh, nice.
I
Hopefully
forgot.
the Riot Squad will fucking win.
I'd be cool with that. Ruby Riot just fucking demolishes them both.
Yes. We are having Dorian Stout from Scarlet Lane.
Is it the Espresso Dorian?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
The coconut's my favorite one from
Yeah,
them.
same. Cheers.
I've had this in my fridge forever. I'm almost out of beer, so. Still get coffee. It's good.
I like it.
She's a free agent. She's the John Cena of the women's division. Good call.
I miss John Cena.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Asuka. That's a good question. I don't know if they're giving her time off or if she's nursing an injury.
Time off, for sure, because she's been a huge workhorse in the company for a long time.
Didn't she get time off when she got hurt before she went up to the main roster?
Yeah, because she legitimately got hurt.
Well, nobody else takes time off.
Well,
maybe they're doing overseas advertising.
maybe a reset. I'm thinking a reset. Because they were booking her like kind of crap after WrestleMania.
Yeah, she was just putting people over.
Yeah. And I know how she's coming back. I have a prediction for it.
How's she coming back, Leo?
Oh, well, we'll get there when we get to SmackDown. So we talked about Bella's return, in-ring action. Did you see so back to Raw. Baron Corbin and Bobby Lashley backstage. Did you see that little segment?
Yeah, I was not really paying attention so much. I mean,
I wasn't either, but I went back to watch it. Bobby Lashley was pretty funny.
Yeah, he's slowly growing on me. I have
Yeah.
to say, I've been enjoying his work in the ring and his character. Now that he's out of this program with Roman, just wasn't a good mix. The two of them.
No. So we find out that he's got a match coming up, and Baron forgot who it is because he's got so much on his plate. So Bobby Lashley gets in the ring and he goes, "Oh yeah, it's not against one guy, it's against two guys, and it's these guys." And then the Ascension comes out.
The Wasteland.
Poor guys, because those guys are good. I love the Ascension. I love Ascension.
Victor and Connor are great wrestlers.
Yeah,
Dude, Connor's a monster.
yeah,
He's bigger than Lashley.
he is.
Just got that stupid fucking makeup. It looks like his lips are sewn shut.
Well, that's what happens when you spend
stuck
too much
in the
time
wasteland.
in the wasteland. Yeah.
How do you get that big when you can't open your mouth to eat? Guy must be like, is he a radioactive? Is he like the Hills Have Eyes kind of person?
It could be. He could
a
also
mutant.
be. He could also be reverse eating.
Putting it up his butt?
Yeah.
Butt chugging food?
Yeah. Why not? That's why he sews his mouth shut so he can't shit out of his mouth.
He's got a reverse digestive system. So he had to train his body to take it in and then put it out.
And
so
put it
goes
out.
in, goes to the stomach, does a U-turn, and goes back out.
Yes. What are we talking about? Ascension. That's right.
Connor's digestive system.
That's awesome. Bobby Lashley wins.
Oh, man. He fucking destroyed Victor. That new finisher.
I like that new finisher.
I don't know what that's called, but
It was dope.
I hope he becomes Prince Pretty again. I don't know what they're going to do with Tyler Breeze. I don't know if Fandango's coming back soon. Got to be nice to see him back soon.
I think it's going to be a little bit longer.
I mean, hell, the fucking Colognes came back this week.
Yeah, they did.
The Colognes Cologne.
Cologne.
And they kind of got over.
Kind of. It was weird.
We'll get to that on SmackDown, but I was so surprised by that.
I was too.
But hey, you always need some good Hispanic workers in the WWE.
You do.
That's why they still have a job. Vince loves his Hispanic clientele and his Hispanic wrestlers.
Yeah. All right. I think that covers all of Raw because we talked about Dean and Jinder match already, and we talked about the main event at the beginning.
Yep.
All right.
Do we want to cover any of the storyline stuff that we're kind of...
What are we missing?
Was Ronda and Alexa going to rematch at Hell in a Cell? Do we know that yet?
Yes.
She announced it, right?
Yes.
Are they Hell in a Cell?
In Hell in a Cell? No.
Yeah, are they having a Hell in a Cell match?
No. Was it announced?
It wasn't announced?
I don't see that happening this soon for Ronda.
How is Alexa going to get the title back from her?
I don't think she is. I don't think she is. I think
I
Ronda's
think they're just going to bury her and put Ronda up at the top after like 4 matches.
Uh-huh.
That's real bright booking right there.
I know it. That's how
Damn
it
it.
feels.
Stay positive. I'm sorry. Positivity. Ronda Rousey's fastest up and cominger ever on the WWE Women's Division.
Go Ronda. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. I'll give it a chance.
On the bright side, she has chickens and goats and ducks.
Of course she does.
See it on her Instagram page all the time.
Nice.
Big fan of chicken owners.
Kindred souls.
That's right. Bok bok.
So, what are your favorites of Raw right now and your not so favorites? Give me 2 of each.
My 2 least favorites are going to be the Bellas back on Raw. And I feel really bad saying this, but the women's division as a whole on Raw, minus the top 2 people.
Yeah.
It's really poor on Raw right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's no effort being put into developing it outside. They're back to what they were doing a year ago with it's just everything resulting around the top 2 people running for the title, and everything else is just like peanuts on the side. It's like pretzels at a bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just there. There's no importance to it. It's not the special. I kept talking about this tag division thing coming out. Maybe that's why the Bellas are coming back. Maybe that's why Sasha and Bayley are together. But it just seems like they're not doing anything of substance right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to combine it, say the Bellas and the women's division in general. Because there's just way too much talent there for them not to be doing something remotely like that we want to talk about. Mm-hmm. Like every time we've talked about women on Raw this week, we're kind of crapping on it, minus the promo from Alexa and Trish.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's kind of disappointing, to be honest with you. My 2 favorite things is this Roman Braun feud. I'm so happy it's back to this.
Hell yeah.
We talked about this for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I hope the Seth Rollins KO thing continues, because that match was just incredible.
I could watch a whole 3 hours of Raw if it was just Kevin Owens and
Winners,
Seth Rollins.
not wieners, dude. Your brain's all mush. It's all sour.
What's that, Matt?
It's bad on the Raw side. It seems like it's a lot better on SmackDown. But I think in general, the women's booking has not been very good. It's just not, doesn't seem like a priority.
No.
Outside of the titles.
Yeah.
And that's just silly. I mean, on a 3-hour show.
Which is why they need more titles.
We got basically a squash match with Dana Brooke. And we got a weird-ass, let's throw them all in the ring together with a promo and then a match that nobody cares about the match.
Mm-hmm.
And then a backstage segment with the Bellas because everybody wants to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's one more positive? Minus Braun and Roman.
KO.
Okay,
Seth.
that's right. KO
The
Seth.
IC title picture and the heavyweight title picture are in good shape.
Yes. Agreed. I agree with all those things. I would probably put Jinder Mahal on that negative list as well.
Just the character? See,
Yeah.
I thought his in-ring work was incredible.
Yeah, no, his character.
I thought that match was good, and he definitely put Ambrose over.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
he gave him a tough match, but in the end, Ambrose beat him handedly. So I can't really be too upset with that, but agreed. The Shanti character it's trash.
Yeah.
And but I can overlook it if he's in the ring regularly and putting on good matches.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Remember when everybody said he couldn't work?
Yeah. Suck it.
Yeah,
Because Jinder Mahal's awesome.
Yep.
He has one of the best knee drops in the business, man. His knee drops are awesome.
Oh, just a sexy boy. Sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. HBK's on Raw next week.
That's right.
Thanks, TX.
I think Taker's going to show up next week. Or at least the thunder of Taker.
Why would Taker show up next week? When's the Melbourne show? It's not until October, right?
October 5th, 6th.
It's going to be a couple weeks after...
So the weekend my sister's getting married.
Well, it's on at 5 a.m., so you should be able to watch it.
Oh, yeah, I will. Yeah, but now I think Taker has to show up at least once or make his presence known.
Yeah, but I don't think it's necessary yet. It would be awesome if he showed up at Hell in a Cell.
That would be cool.
Got a quick little promo.
Mm-hmm. All right, you ready to get on to moving on to smack. Diggity, no live.
Oh, Smock Spot! Don't you dare be sour. Clap for your world famous five-time champs and feel the power.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Smart Spot Podcast, y'all.
It's a new day, yes,
Shake it like Biggie.
Oh, man. Great way to start off this episode of SmackDown Live. To celebrate with the New Day.
I freaking love me some New Day.
Fuck yeah, man. They're so entertaining.
They're my most entertaining favorite thing about wrestling right now.
Yes, absolutely.
I just am always entertained and happy when they come out. Whether they're in the ring wrestling or if they're just out there goofing off.
I questioned why Biggie brought a Stanley Cup with him.
I mean, my favorite thing was when like Toronto hasn't worn a Stanley Cup since the 60s. They're just rubbing it in. Graves was on a next level this week. I don't know if you're listening to his commentary.
He was awesome.
Coach was terrible as usual.
Yeah, Coach is getting worse and worse every week. Like when he came back, we were all about him.
He was good for a little bit, and he was okay this week. But man, that whole lead up to SummerSlam and then SummerSlam, he was pretty bad.
Yeah.
We got Renee for a week and was like, "Oh man, this is good." And then next week it was like back to Coach. And But this week, I did pay attention to him quite a bit, and I thought he did pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's an outlier recently, to be honest with you.
So on SmackDown, while the New Day were in the ring celebrating being the 5-time champions, who came out to join them, Joshua Brown?
King Booker.
That was awesome. I didn't really get to enjoy the character of King Booker, but seeing him in the ring and like talking to the New Day, I thought it was hilarious. Because it wasn't your usual Booker that you don't hear Josh shaking his head like, fuck off. That was dumb. Stupidest thing I've ever seen. You weren't a fan? You're not a fan of King Booker? No? Would you have preferred Harlem Heat Booker?
I would prefer not to have Booker in the ring.
Well, it's the 5-time thing. That was
his
his
5-time.
Yeah, that was his whole thing.
I don't know. He kind of like dogged on Big E.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, fuck you, Booker. I do love me some Harlem Heat.
Yeah.
I didn't really watch Booker in his... I kind of stopped watching when Booker went over to WWE.
Yeah.
So I know him mostly from his Harlem Heat days.
The only thing I really know or remember about Booker T in the Invasion era, I guess, or when that happened, was his fight with Stone Cold in the grocery store.
Yes.
That was pretty fucking awesome.
I thought the best part of that was when they did the, his little move called? The
Spinneroonie?
Spinneroonie.
That was fun.
When Big E did the Spinneroonie.
He just laid there and had the other two spin him around on his back.
He flipped around his back and he got up.
Awesome way to start off the show.
Yeah, it was like a fun little in-the-ring celebration segment.
Yeah.
It was fine. And then they set up the commentary so they could do commentary. But then we didn't hear him really do any commentary. They like cut to him for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But we got to start off SmackDown, a triple threat tag match.
Gallows and Anderson, The Bar, and
the
returning
Cologne.
Cologne.
I guess, I don't know if it was Epico or Primo. One of them was hurt for a long time. So
yeah.
I think that's why we haven't seen them.
Uh-huh.
Man, every single time we see the Good Brothers.
They're losing.
Fuck, man. Fuck the Bar. The Bar's had their time. Why aren't the Good Brothers getting a push?
I know, right? They're awesome.
They were incredible this week.
Yep.
And we always talk about Abs Anderson, but Gallows is looking great.
He does look
He's
great.
looking trim and extra tan and sweaty and slick and bald, and he's got those awesome like diesel pants, and he high kicks everybody.
Yep.
And they're getting ready to put on the Magic Killer. Fucking bar.
Yeah.
I hate the bar.
I mean, I still love the bar.
I hate the bar.
I do not like him after this week.
They just keep taking opportunities from
The Good
Good
Brothers.
Brothers.
Man, poor Good Brothers.
Too sweet. Love the Good Brothers.
Love the Good Brothers. Too sweet.
But they need to get a title shot, like a legit one.
Absolutely. I mean, they were champions. They were champions on Raw.
Maybe champions on SmackDown.
They need to be. But the bar won, and they didn't. It's funny because they really technically they won the match, of course, but they didn't win by their own doing. The Colognes did a double backstabber on Gallows.
That was awesome.
That was badass. I actually kind of enjoyed.
I was impressed with their wrestling.
Yes.
It's been a while since I've seen them wrestle. It was fun to watch them. The bar didn't really have much to do.
No.
It was mostly the Colognes and Good Brothers.
Yeah. Which maybe we're going to get a push from them, like, slowly soon.
I mean, it just reminds me how deep that SmackDown tag roster is.
Yeah, because this is the second time in 6 months that we've had a SmackDown tag team tournament for the number one contenders.
I hate that they did it as a triple threat, but I'm sure that it's the whole time thing. You want to give them a couple weeks to
build up. Because we're, 4 weeks out from?
3.
3 weeks out. So we had this one this week with the bar winning. Next week, which we find out
2 weeks out, and then we'll have the go home, and then we'll have Hell in a Cell.
So in the next segment on SmackDown, Rusev Day and Lana were backstage talking to Paige. Paige then informs Rusev that Rusev and Aiden English are going to be put into next week's triple threat.
She agreed they deserve to be in the tag tournament, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And that they're going to be in a triple threat with them, the Usos, and who's the third team?
Sanity.
Sanity.
Yeah. So Rusev Day's not winning this match. There's no way.
But it was awesome because he was like, "Oh, Lana is the best. Lana's number one.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lana." And she's like, "Rusev, I didn't do this." And they slowly turn back, and it's like, "Oh, back together again."
That's right.
Aiden English set it up and got it to happen.
So Rusev Day, we find out, next week, triple threat match. Then we move on to Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton giving a little back and forth promo in the ring. Jeff Hardy had this kind of weird face paint where one side it said RKO and the other side it had it almost looked like a silhouette of Randy Orton on the other side of his face.
Obsessed much?
A little bit.
Dude, last week was awesome. Let's talk about that.
The beatdown. Yeah, Jeff Hardy finally goes off the rails.
Yeah, finally went full aggro.
Beat the shit out of
And then he went flying, as he said, and showed it on the Jumbotron.
Yep.
Where he took him out into out of the ring and Swanton bombed him off onto the table.
Yep.
That was awesome. It was really cool to see.
Everyone's constantly online saying that Jeff Hardy's hurt. That's what I've kept hearing since he was like U.S. champ. He doesn't seem to be injured at all if they're letting him do all these high spots. The one at SummerSlam where he went off the apron.
He's supposed to be injured?
Yeah. They said he's been battling an injury in the last couple months. But he seems fine.
Just Swanton 12 feet off.
Onto a table. And now we find out that he's going to have I think it's his very first Hell in a Cell match.
That'll be cool.
Yeah. It's on multiple podcasts that he's been interviewed on. He said that that's his one pinnacle that he's always wanted to do in his career is be part of a Hell in a Cell match. And we're getting it with him and Randy Orton. I'm actually pretty stoked for that match.
No. I was whatever about this, but after last week,
yeah,
I'm there. I'm ready for it. I'm excited.
Well, it was like they were giving poetry lessons to each other in this promo this week. That's all I kept getting. But I'm excited for the match. They're really building Hell in a Cell up.
And everybody loves a interested and intrigued Randy Orton when he's into what's going on. So it seems like he's totally into it.
Mm-hmm. He definitely is. What's next? Carmella gets interviewed by Renee backstage because she is going for her rematch for the SmackDown
Main
Live.
event, right?
Yeah. SmackDown Live Women's Championship. And it's kind of the same thing. I don't know. The funniest part about it wasn't Carmella even talking. It was after she left and she said, I've beaten Charlotte twice already. This is going to be no big deal. And then R-Truth again, his weird ass comes out of nowhere. And he goes, you seen Carmella? Huh? Like he's stalking her.
Yeah. Super creepy.
And then Ty's like, dude, we talked about this. Previous weeks, we've talked about this. You don't need to pin Carmella or do anything. And then R-Truth walks away and then Ty just goes, this is my life.
It's like he's decided to like take the old guy with early onset Alzheimer's by the hand and take care of him.
Right.
R-Truth is incredible. I'm really enjoying this like late stage of his career.
Yeah.
Doing this comedy bit that he does, and he still looks great in the ring as we saw a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Do we want to just get into the whole women's championship whole situation over the last couple weeks?
Yeah, let's talk about it. So,
what'd you think? Well, let's go back. What'd you think of the SummerSlam match?
I loved it. I loved the finish.
Fuck Carmel. Fuck Charlotte.
Yeah, fuck Charlotte. I'll say that.
She
fuck
fucking
Charlotte.
Talk about stabbing somebody in the back. Mm-hmm. That was Becky's win.
Yep.
Charlotte just decided to steal it from her.
Yeah.
Good for Becky to turn on her. Fuck her.
Yeah, she went all out, beat her ass after the match.
I don't see how anybody roots for Charlotte in this instance.
No, she's been.
I mean, I don't know if they're trying to turn Becky heel, but nobody's going with Charlotte because everybody thinks Charlotte did a shitty thing. Mm-hmm. It's like she ran in. It wasn't even like an opportunist. It was like opportunistic, but it was really shitty to do to your best friend.
Yeah.
Let her get the title and then get a match out of her one-on-one.
It was like shades of old Charlotte. Like heel Charlotte.
Yeah, it absolutely was. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh.
But I'll give it to Charlotte this week on the interview that she gave backstage. She was explaining, why she did what she did. She would have expected Becky to do the same thing in the same position to win the title.
Fuck over her best friend for the title.
Well, it's a triple threat match, man,
Yeah,
for the title. It's competition.
But it's not like it was just her and her going at it. She took advantage of the situation.
For sure.
Where Becky was going to win.
Yeah. I mean, look, who's Charlotte's dad? One of the dirtiest players
shyster
ever in the game. She learned from the best.
No, you're absolutely right.
But that definitely gave Becky the fuel that she needed to not turn. Like everyone's like, "Oh my God, she's turning heel." She's not turning heel. She's
fed up.
She's being a human being, and they're showing that side of, I'm not just a good guy. I'm not just a bad guy. I'm fucking pissed for getting screwed over.
I'm just the guy.
The guy.
The lass.
The last kicker,
I really like Angry Becky.
I do too. She's the anti-hero. She's a female anti-hero.
Yes.
She's no Stone Cold.
No.
Which people were proclaiming. Like, no one's going to be the...
No.
There's another Stone Cold.
Which makes me feel kind of funny.
As she should. But Becky Lynch, by far, is... Like, I care more about Becky versus Charlotte than I ever have.
I care more about Becky than I do 99% of the roster right now.
Agreed. She is the
This
top.
might be the best feud in WWE main card right now.
Well, they did this in what, 4 or 5 weeks, building this up?
Yeah, and we all kind of knew this was coming, but we didn't know how strongly we would feel when it happened. I think we were all kind of rolling our eyes. They just threw Charlotte in on this. Mm-hmm. And we were all kind of... I was pretty happy with Carmella's run as the champ.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But then, like, when Becky had her opportunity, I was like, oh, this is great. Becky's finally going to get her SummerSlam moment. It's going to be huge and awesome. And then the floor is ripped out from underneath her by her best friend, and she just loses it, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, oh, I want to see these two in a fucking cell.
Yeah. They've made me care about this feud in these recent months that I've ever cared about Sasha and Bayley in the last year and a half that they've been...
This is as good, if not more, emotionally investing than Sasha Charlotte.
Sasha Bayley?
No, Sasha Charlotte, when they had those like run back and forth on the titles.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Like that's where I feel that emotionally invested in this.
Yes. I am so excited about
this. It's my favorite feud going right now, by far.
Mm-hmm.
Other than maybe Braun and Roman.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
They never let anybody win in their hometown. You know that, right? Outside of freaking...
No, Natalya won in her hometown.
Yeah, but
in a throwaway match. Not the important matches.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens lost.
Mrs. Uso.
Naomi
won in Orlando during WrestleMania when the
She
title.
did.
Which,
That was cool.
That was strange.
It was cool.
When they went to Baileystown, she lost. I mean, it seems like everybody loses in their hometown now.
Yeah. This is good because you don't want to go into an expecting, we're there.
Go to a house show in your hometown and they'll win, I promise. This is kind of where I kind of checked out before I got here. So if you want to kind of take over, I'll just commentate based off of what you tell me.
Sure. So the next match on the card, we find out, because last week Naomi faced Peyton Royce of the Iconics and lost. Now this week she's going to go up against Billie Kay of the Iconics, and she's going to try to get that win. Did she get the win? She did not get the win because the Iconics are awesome duo best friends who help each other out during their matches. Here's my take on this because it doesn't make any sense. One, we bring back Naomi to feud with the Iconics for nothing. Nothing's happening from this. There's no story. There's no nothing. They're just showing off the Iconics being really mean bitches.
Being iconic.
They're iconic for sure, and I love the Iconics. But it's just the same thing over.
The Iconics conic.
The Iconics conic? The Iconics
Like the Cologne's cologne.
Oh. But here's what's going to happen. Next week, Naomi's going to be like, look, okay, I've lost to both of you, so it looks like I need a tag team partner. Asuka comes back. Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, just to slow bring her back in.
Yeah.
Now, I'd be okay with Asuka coming back, but we were talking about this for the Raw women's division. Like, it's the underneath the belts storylines suck right now. Like, I don't care. I didn't care that Naomi was facing either Billie Kay or Peyton Royce.
Yeah, well, at least they had like a nice triple threat run with Charlotte kind of just popping in at the end, and now it's the title, but really it's it's Becky and Charlotte's relationship that's we're most interested in. It just happens to be the title feud. So,
right.
But I agree. I mean, there's not much substance to the women's division on SmackDown either. You're right about that.
Yeah.
But I think if Asuka comes back, it could be.
Mm-hmm.
And the women's division on SmackDown is much smaller.
It is. It's a lot smaller. It's
tiny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got the Riot Squad coming back. No, the Riot Squad's on Raw, isn't it?
Yeah. We're missing Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. They weren't on this week.
I feel like we need to get something going with them.
Yeah, because they're incredible too. So they have a lot of good talent.
Fans.
They just don't. I don't think they have they don't know what to do with them yet right now. Next on SmackDown, we get a promo with Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan, basically pumping up the crowd for their mixed tag match against Miz and Maurice. And it was okay. I mean, you could. The one thing I don't like about these kind of promos was you could tell it was totally scripted. Like, just their cadence was like robotic, and it did not seem natural.
Felt like the Bella's backstage segment on Raw the previous night.
Pretty much. What saved it was they got interrupted by Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega.
Yum.
Now that right there is promo.
I love those two.
They're amazing.
Yep.
They're incredible. So they come out and they say, you know what would be great right now is if we could see Andrade Cien Almas for the first time go up against Daniel Bryan. So let's make it happen. And Daniel Bryan's like, well, you know what? I used to be the GM around here, and if it were me, my music would play and I'd run down here and make this match. And then there was like 20 seconds of silence. And then he goes, I guess if it were me, and then you hear, bam! Paige's music hits, and she's like, Daniel Bryan, you don't understand. My office is on the other side of the building. I had to run back here in high heels, okay? It takes a minute. Sorry. So she makes the match happen. So we get Andrade Cien Almas versus Daniel Bryan. Incredible match. The match was about to be over, but the Miz and Maurice come out of nowhere and, of course, interrupt the match. And they were in, like, matching baseball outfits. It was kind of fucking cool. The Miz got Daniel Bryan in the Skull Crushing finale and then put him in a crossface. And on the other side of the ring, Maurice had Brie in some type of submission and had them looking at each other. So that was a cool way to play up their match at Hell in a Cell.
And it keeps Almas strong.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he didn't lose. He looked great in the ring, as always. I don't care who he wrestles, man. That dude is fire.
Super entertaining. And Zelina Vega with him, it just makes it even better.
So after the Charlotte interview, we had AJ and Joe do another promo. Joe is still the meanest motherfucker on the planet.
Yep.
So AJ's in the ring saying that, he's sick and tired of Joe. Why do we have to wait till Hell in a Cell? Why don't we just do this right here, right now, tonight? I'm going to beat your ass in the ring, right? Joe doesn't come out, of course. He pops up on the big Titantron in the back. He's in the parking garage, and he's like, what do you think you're doing, AJ? There's no way I'm going to come out there and meet you. I'm going to meet you on my own terms, on my time. Hold on a second. Hello, Wendy. How are you tonight? And he's literally like talking to Wendy on the phone as he's staring out.
I'll
at
be
AJ.
your daddy.
Yeah. He said something along the lines of, make sure to save me a seat at the kids' barbecue on Monday. I'll be there. And then I'll be seeing your husband on Tuesday or something like that. But damn, dude. Joe is just fucking awesome.
He's
incredible.
He's a savage.
Right? He's just making AJ look like the much better babyface.
Yep.
So I cannot wait to see that. I hope they have this rivalry going for the next 4 pay-per-views.
Yeah, it was like a quick build. Everybody was like, this isn't going to be as good as when they were on Impact or whatever, TNA or whatever you call it. But it was like, it escalated during their match. Yeah, that was awesome that they had her and the baby there.
The personal touch.
Yeah, it got real serious real quick. And
it was a little awkward after AJ beat the shit out of Joe. He goes up to his daughter and tries to hold her, and she's like, nah. She's like going for her mom.
She's a little freaked out. Which made it even more intense.
It did.
I've never seen Daddy be a freaking monster like that before.
That match was awesome. The AJ Joe match at SummerSlam.
It was one of my favorite points.
Yep.
Of the night for sure.
Yeah. Now we're at the main event. Charlotte versus Carmella for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship match. I got to say, I know we're huge Carmella fans, but this was the best in-ring work I've seen from Carmella. Ever.
I'm going to finish it when I get home.
You should at least watch the main event. It was really good. A lot of big high spots. Carmella even did a couple top rope moves, some good ones. But it came down to Charlotte putting Carmella in the figure 8. And Carmella looked like she was going to last for a little bit, and then finally gave the good old tap out. As Charlotte's on the ground getting back up, Becky comes out of nowhere and beats the living shit out of her.
Definitely a deep sigh of relief and a smile. Oh, Becky Lynch! Becky Lynch from behind, attacking Charlotte Flair. Becky Lynch apparently was just waiting in the wings, waiting for her moment to strike. The Irish last kicker unleashing the fire on the Queen. A friendship severed. Oh!
Give me a microphone! Give me a microphone! Hurry up! When I get my way, come Hell in a Cell, I'm taking my title back. You bitch.
That's right. I want Becky Balboa.
They do, man. Everyone loves Becky Lynch. And I think they've done this perfectly. Because I feel like if WWE would have given us what we truly wanted was having Becky get her
It wouldn't be
SummerSlam,
as good.
Would not be as good. She'd
Absolutely right.
She would be a babyface champion, just saying, "Hey, I won now." But now what? So at least we're getting this awesome build. She's going up against her ex-best friend in Charlotte, so there's a storied rivalry there. A lot of emotion. Super excited about it.
Yeah, and I guarantee Hell in a Cell coming up, we're going to get title changes because we basically have Who has a SmackDown? It's all baby faces, except for Nakamura on both shows.
And we didn't
There's
even see
one heel champ.
We didn't see Nakamura this week.
Who's he going to feud with now?
I don't know. That's a good question. Shelton Benjamin? I don't know. I think they're probably waiting for Jeff and Randy to get done. Maybe he gets involved somehow, which would be cool. A triple threat match in Hell in a Cell for the U.S. title.
Yeah, I kind of want to see this Jeff Randy thing play out.
Agreed. So, some of my positives and negatives, 2 of each for SmackDown Live. 2 of the positives for me is next week's tag team triple threat match. I'm excited to see who wins that and goes up against the Bar. And then my second, of course, it's going to be the obvious. It's going to be Charlotte and Becky. It's probably the hottest thing minus the WWE title right now. Negatives. The undercard of the women's, kind of like we talked about on Raw. It's kind of garbage. And the way they're treating the Good Brothers.
You got that right, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm excited to see this kind of Miz, Daniel Bryan story continue to evolve, but I'm just not very excited. Maybe it's the whole Bella bad taste in my mouth, because I'm kind of super happy with the way Maurice is portrayed right now.
Yeah. Me too.
She's just like the female Miz, basically. I mean, she's obviously not going to be as good in the ring as the Miz, but like, they definitely like, you can definitely tell they're Team Miz Maurice like together. They make sense. Mm-hmm. I just don't really. I don't know if I ever really am a big fan of the intergender matches.
Yeah, just because. I mean, there's
I don't think they're very good to execute. Very hard. I don't think they're very easy to execute.
Yeah, agreed.
So, I mean, I don't have very high hopes about that, but, you know, they proved me wrong plenty of times, so I will definitely take that with a grain of salt.
I think something major is going to happen to one of the other women to fuel the feud even more. Like maybe a kayfabe injury where something crazy happens because it was the fault of one of the other dudes. I don't know. But
I mean, we definitely are approaching the baby on a pole match.
We could see babies on a pole.
Yeah.
Bro.
Was it Rose Monroe and Birdie?
Sky Monroe.
Sky Monroe. What a terrible Sky. It's not a stripper name if I've ever heard of it.
No, not at all. I mean,
Birdie and
have you watched The Miz and Maurice?
Birdie
yet?
and Sky, that just makes too much sense. A birdie flies in the sky. So you put them on a pole, it's an intergender match. Winner gets both babies.
What's that thing they put above cribs?
It's Monroe Sky.
What are those?
Right.
What are those called?
Thanks, ma'am.
Oh, awesome! Hi, Mama Brown.
Don't call her out; she gets upset.
I know, which is why I do it. What are those called that you put above cribs? Motor.
A mobile.
Mobile.
A mobile.
Yeah, a mobile. Put the babies on a mobile. Over the ring, just rotating, spinning around.
And baby Bjorns above the match.
That'd be awesome.
A shark cage mobile.
Yeah, they could all be dressed in birdie bees and all this shit. Like, come on, let's make it happen, man.
So I don't know, that is kind of a negative for me.
Yeah,
I agree with you on the whole Good Brothers booking. Man, they deserve so much more.
They really do.
They put on a hell of a match every time they wrestle. My favorite thing by far is this whole Charlotte Becky thing. Mm-hmm. And, you know, love seeing the New Day on top.
Always. I'm excited to see who they're going to be facing. What if we got Usos versus New Day at Hell in a Cell Part 2?
That's what I want to see.
Yes.
I'm over the bar, and I probably shouldn't be that way, but
I'm right there with you.
I mean, you know what? It could be Rusev Day versus... Rusev Day versus New Day?
And what if Rusev Day did become tag team champions? That'd be a great place for them to start. Like having some gold, then falling from the top. If they're gonna separate.
Do you think Nicholas will help Braun win the Universal? Braun doesn't need any help winning the Universal
title.
title.
How awesome would that be, though, if Nicholas actually showed up?
Yeah, he was in
front row, right there.
Somehow goes and opens up the Hell in the Cell. Sneaks around security.
Spears Roman.
No, he doesn't touch anybody. He just like does some behind the scenes stuff. Like, who is that little kid? It's Nicholas. Oh my God. By God, it's Nicholas.
I can't believe that was a real thing. That actually happened.
That did happen.
That was real.
At WrestleMania.
At WrestleMania. So weird. Oh, man. Is there anything else to talk about in wrestling? Inside, outside, in between?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I know the All-In thing's going on this weekend, but I don't really care about it.
Well.
It's cool. Have fun.
Somebody goes all in, question mark? We're all out.
We're all out, sorry.
We stick strictly to WWE, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I know Bruce Pritchard's doing a roast, and
Eric Bischoff and him.
they're doing a thing this weekend
about the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah, they're doing a big debate, so that would be cool. I don't know. Is anybody on the listening end going to All In Chicago?
I know quite a few of our followers are.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to see. It's just expensive, and we just came back from SummerSlam. So
what's up, Brocast?
What's going on, guys?
I know that Jim Johnson is going to be performing a lot of his old theme songs there.
With like a keyboard or what?
A whole band.
Like the composer kind of deal?
Yeah. Gonna be rocking out.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to stream it. I might try to see if I can get a free stream somewhere.
You probably can.
Yeah. I'm not paying any money.
No. WWE gets enough of my money as it is.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have anything else. We want to do some shout outs?
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yes. Shall we shout out? We kind of touched on it at the beginning. We'll start out with Wretched Wrestling, fellow PWO podcast. Two sweet guys. They hosted us in Long Island. Mm-hmm. Or Brooklyn via Long Island?
Sure. One of the boroughs.
But they were very hospitable and took us in, showed us around New York. It was awesome. We had a great time with them. Mm-hmm. Our buddies from Detroit and Atlanta, Rob and Cliff, WNA podcast, should be back on here pretty soon.
Hoping so.
Yeah, they're struggling with some scheduling conflicts. I believe Cliff is super, super busy with his career. He's involved with the Hollywood business in Atlanta. I don't know if you know or not, but a lot of movies are filmed in Georgia and gives Cliff a lot of work in his line of work. So he's been super busy. Mm-hmm. We got our homies. They're on right now from Down Under, the Brocast. Tom and Alan. They actually are bros in real life.
They are, yeah.
Brothers by the same mother.
Bad Bud Sour Hour.
Oh, they popped in tonight too.
Yeah, their first episode's releasing on the 1st of September.
They have switched from just wrestling to open for everything.
Yeah, I think their first interview is about veganism.
Maybe I'll have a steak when I listen to that.
Oh, I'm going to be eating steak covered in bacon.
But check them out, Bad Bud Sour Hour, formerly Gimmick Table. So they're going to be doing a lot of different stuff. And then Rosbor, formerly Rosbor, now Boar Meets World.
Yep.
They're killing it.
They are killing it right now.
They do a Boy Meets World podcast. Mm-hmm. And they're got a long way to go. I think they're still, season 1? Right?
They're still in season 1, yeah.
They're murdering it. So if you're a big fan of Boy Meets World, check them out. They do a podcast exclusively to reviewing that.
Yep.
Check them out. Am I missing anybody?
No, that was all the PW.
Honorary members, Get the Tables podcast. They're on here. They always stop up and support us. We appreciate it, guys.
Oh, yeah.
And then also Cretan's Guild.
Yep.
He pops in.
Check them out.
Almost weekly. Check them out. They're freaking hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
And they cover just about everything under the sun in terms of geekdom and awesome, amazing things. Mm-hmm. Doctor Who that I don't understand, but then also a lot of other stuff that I do get.
Hell yeah.
And they're down in Florida, so check them out. They're a good time. I think that's it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also shout out to Samad Robertson for interviewing us. So definitely check this out. It's on our Twitter page, so look out for that. It's on Apple News, Google News, all these news outlets. It's pretty fun.
We got interviewed.
Yeah.
First big interview, so
text,
check it out.
It's in text. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, when are we going to listen to your interview?" I was like, it's
in written format.
It's an article. Old school.
Old media, but on new media.
Right.
And then finally, our favorite wrestling website should be yours too. Chairshot.com. Hashtag use your head.
Yeah.
check them out for all your current wrestling news and opinions.
Woo!
They also showcase a few podcasts, including ours, so give them a shout. Check them out, bookmark them, give them a view, let us know what you think. We do appreciate that they put us on there, but we also really enjoy their website, so it's a mutual thing, and we appreciate it. So
absolutely. But thank you guys for tuning in to our Periscope show. We are on live almost around every Thursday, 10 p.m. is Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, as he was taking a leak earlier, I was explaining my youngest daughter has a late cheer practice now, so probably 10:15.
Yeah, 10:30-ish.
Yeah, we were missing a lot of things when I pulled it. We didn't have our crap together, so we'll try to get it closer to 10:15. But probably that's how it's going to go from here on out.
Yes, but if you also enjoyed this format, or you missed it this week, or last week, or the week before, since we're on episode 76, you could listen to our podcast via Google Play, iTunes, Podbean, and Spotify. The more polished up version. Definitely check it out. Subscribe, comment, like, share, do whatever you need to do. But follow us on Twitter, Instagram, @SmarkSpot. You can like us on Facebook, but fuck Facebook. And you can send. Oh, did I say Instagram?
I don't know.
Well, Instagram. Make sure to add us on Instagram. Okay.
Yeah, we're @SmarkSpot on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to send us any info, questions, anything not on social media, our email is smarkspot@gmail.com.
Yep.
I will tell you this. If you only watch us on Periscope, please check out our actual podcast at one time. Not for me, not for the clicks or whatever, but to listen to what he does. He's actually a very talented producer, and he makes our podcast sound so professional. It's fucking ridiculous, and we don't and I don't deserve it. But you should check it out. We're not on Tinder. We're both taken.
No,
we're
Fred
not
is.
on Grindr either.
Fred is.
Or Bumble or any of those. So
Fred is.
My wife put Grindr. Are you fucking kidding me?
Of course she did.
And on that note,
yes,
we will see you next week.
Peace out, guys.
See ya.
Booyah.